morning, I'm Amar Singh Pradhan. Let's begin with the top stories this hour. Central Working Committee of Nepali Congress flays party president Sher Bahadur Deuba for election debacle. Singh and Sitaula vehemently criticized party leadership. Traders halt the shipments from entering Nepal after government strengthens the customs. Press intensifies in protest of the new programs introduced by Finance Minister. French armed police shoot a gunman who is reported to have killed 3 people in a supermarket in the southern French town. Gunman believed to be a Moroccan. And Afghanistan qualifies for the ICC World Cup 2019 with a crushing win over Ireland to clash against West Indies in the finals. Let's begin with the latest national political updates. Nepali Congress President Sher Bahadur Deuba has been massively criticized regarding the party's electoral losses in recent elections. The meeting of the Central Working Committee, which was called to evaluate the party's poor performance in the recent elections, has voiced for change in the party leadership. Former General Secretary Duo Prakash Man Singh and Krishna Sitaula have called for the General Convention at the earliest for the change in party leadership. They have cited that the party had become the weakest in history because of the working modality of President Sher Bahadur Deuba and the wrong decisions taken under his leadership. At the beginning of the meeting, Singh and Sitaula said that the party president had to shoulder the responsibility of the electoral losses. Singh presented a 9-page-long proposal and criticized Deuba for over half an hour. Supporting Singh's proposal, another former General Secretary Sitaula flayed Deuba during his 45-minute-long speech. Meanwhile, the leadership faction of the party termed the debates and discussions within a democratic party quite normal. Only 3 participants spoke at the meeting, which was summoned for serious evaluation. Most of the leaders were not prepared to voice their opinions. It's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where it texts us with their opinion.
Public Pulse.
And your question is, what's your take on the government property being given to sister organizations of political parties? Your options are option A, misuse of power, option B, policy level corruption, and option C, example of power sharing. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 8080 and do share opinion with us. The government of Nepal had announced to provide 70 types of free medicines from district hospitals, primary health centers and health posts. However, the general public is compelled to buy these medicines due to carelessness from the government bodies. And in this context, we had asked the residents of Pasthar, Butwal and Dhangadi regarding how easy it is to receive the free medicine service offered by the government. Let's take a look at what they have to say.
Public Voice.
चेक गराउन गइन्छ डाक्टरले लेख दिनुहुन्छ अनि बाहिर गएर किनिन्छ सरकारले औषधि दिन्छन् भन्ने नै हामीलाई त थाहा नै छैन
सधैँ भरि पाइन्छ भन्ने छैन कहिलेकाहीँ सर्टेज पनि हुन सक्छ
धेरै जसो बाहिर किन्न पर्छ कहिलेकाहीँ पाइन्छ
कतिपय मान्छे अब नलिकन जान्छन् कतिपय त दिनभरि नै कुर्न पर्यो औषधि लिनको लागि
जानकारीकै अभाव छ कति कहाँ दिन्छ भन्ने कुराहरु मैले सेती जनरल हस्पिटलमा त फ्री पाएको चाहिँ 2-3 पल्ट आछु मैले यहाँ फ्री पाएको त मलाई चाहिँ त्यस्तो सम्झना छैन
It is unimaginable that businesses in Ocean Market, located at the heart of the city, have been paying a rental amount of 80 rupees to 1,000 rupees per month. Although hard to believe, but once we check the record book of Guti Sastan, a government corporation that owns these age-old shops at Ocean Market, we must face the reality. The family of Pradeep Raj Bhandari has run this shop for 3 generations. Many shops here have changed according to the needs of the changing time, but the rental amounts since ages have stayed the same. The other private houses in the Ocean area market are charging as high as 30,000 rupees per month. Some businesses have also started the practice of renting the shops at exorbitant prices after acquiring the area from the government corporation. To make matter worse, many businesses have not paid the rented amount for the last 30 to 40 years. Likewise, businesses in Lalitpur's Patan Darbar Square do not pay rental amount of the shops they have been running in the area. Even as these businesses have been making good money due to increasing population density, But surprisingly, the rental amount has not seen any increase. The scenario has robbed billions of rupees from the government coffers. And now time for international update. French armed police have shot dead a gunman who is reported to have killed 3 people in a supermarket in the southern French town of Tebres. The elite police rushed to the Super U shop after reports that a gunman took customers hostage and killed one of them. A prosecutor says the gunman is believed to be Moroccan and claims to be in the Islamic State group. Earlier, a policeman was shot while jogging with colleagues in Carcassonne, a 15-minute drive away, but was not critically injured. It is unclear if the incidents are connected. Prime Minister Edouard Philippe said the situation was serious. The regional police chief said authorities believed one person had been killed at the supermarket, but they could not yet confirm it. Other sources put the death toll at 2. Hundreds of police officers have been deployed to the area and the vicinity has been cordoned off. France has been hit with several deadly jihadist attacks since 2015 and has been on high alert ever since. A state of emergency put in place after attacks in Paris in November 2015 that killed 130 people was lifted in October. Businesses have stopped the shipments from entering Nepal after the government tightened the custom evaluations. They have intensified pressure in protest of the improvement programs introduced by Finance Minister Yuvraj Khattiwada. The traders have stopped almost 1,500 containers at the Indian territory, including the Kolkata dry port. Regular import has been affected after the Customs Administration has tightened evaluation procedures. They are of the view that putting a halt on massive quantities of goods except for very essential items would put the Finance Minister under pressure. The queue of goods-laden vehicles has been increasing at Birganj Customs, Dry Port and Vairava Customs. Traders have been selling the goods at a higher price to the consumers by registering a lower purchase cost at the customs to avoid higher taxes. Consumer goods, ready-made garments, sanitary products, electrical appliances, vehicle parts and shoes, among other products, are those items that are priced lower than the purchase cost during declaration at the custom offices. Importers are now facing trouble as the Department of Customs is now asking for the proof of the declared price of the imported goods. The customs revenue collected by mid-March was 4 billion rupees below the target as traders have stopped their goods outside the Nepalese border. Despite the current trouble, Finance Minister Khattiwada must not step back from his initiatives for improvement under the pressure created by the traders. And it's now time for our segment, Sports and Scorers.
Sports News.
Afghanistan has qualified to play in the ICC World Cup 2019 after defeating Ireland by 5 wickets in the ICC World Cup qualifier being held in Zimbabwe. With the win, Afghanistan has also booked a spot in the finals of the ICC World Cup qualifier, where it will clash against West Indies tomorrow. In the match played in Harare yesterday, chasing a target of 210 runs for victory, Afghanistan reached the target, losing only 5 wickets and 5 balls to spare. Mohammad Sajjad was the top scorer for Afghanistan with 54 runs of 50 balls, which included 2 sixes and 6 fours. In Afghanistan's win, Gulbuddin Naib contributed 45 runs, while skipper Asghar Stanikjai also chipped in with 39 valuable runs. Simi Singh was the top wicket taker for Ireland with 3 wickets. Earlier, Ireland won the toss and had elected to bat first, losing wickets at regular intervals. Ireland managed to score 209 runs in the allotted 50 overs, losing 7 wickets. Paul Stirling was the top scorer for Ireland with 55 runs. Rashid Khan was the pick of the bowler for Afghanistan with 3 wickets. Afghanistan needed a miracle to enter the Super 6 after losing its first 3 group matches. Afghanistan got that miracle when Nepal defeated Hong Kong and qualified to the Super 6.
Yeah, that's the wicket they're looking for. Up in the air, an opportunity. And won't make a mistake. Wicket number 3.
The International Football Governing Body FIFA has stated that the election of All Nepal Football Association (ENFA) would be held as scheduled on 20th of March. A day after the High Court of Lalitpur issued an interim order not to hold the ENFA elections as scheduled for this coming Wednesday, FIFA has taken its stand through an email to hold the election as scheduled. The officials of Bhaktapur and Makwanpur District Football Association had filed a writ at the High Court of Lalitpur citing that ENFA had excluded them from the election. The single bench of Justice Rajkumar Bom on Thursday ordered not to hold the ENFA election as scheduled on 20th of March and to include both the parties in the election. In the email sent by FIFA, it is mentioned that ENFA should hold elections in Bhaktapur and Makwanpur before 20th of March. In the email, it was also mentioned that FIFA's Associate Director George Cook would soon be arriving in Nepal as its representative. Karma Chering Sherpa and Mani Kumar are vying for the post of ENFA president. And those were the latest headlines. Our next English bulletin will air at 11 a.m. Stay with us for more news and entertainment on KTV SD. Great day ahead.